Welcome everyone. Like promised yesterday, we were doing a trade deadline video. Though it's not a live session, it's a recorded one. But that's what we had in store for you. Welcome Pratyush and Delvin. A
What's up,
very,
guys?
very hectic 8th of February for the basketball, community in USA and in India.
Except the Lakers. We were chilling.
and and the Cavs too. We did not do anything on deadline day.
Uh, Delvin,
Because,
sorry, but nobody cares about the Cavs, man. You don't have LeBron now.
but
Yeah, but still, I can't hear from 10th place, buddy.
ninth,
I
ninth,
can't.
ninth, ninth.
Right.
It
Let's get
doesn't
that
make
clear.
a difference.
You
It
know,
doesn't make a
it,
difference.
just keep this bantering aside. And like Pratyush said, yeah, we were a little bit silent. Lakers were silent, but this is why we were silent because we knew something's cooking around there. And as Shams with his bomb, this time it was not a watch bomb; it was a Shams bomb. Spencer Dinwiddie plans to sign with the Lakers, and as I mean, most of us don't know that Pratyush is a Laker fan, and this is for the first time he's come up in an NBA video for us. So, what's your thought on this trade? Or what's your thought on this signing by the Lakers? I would not ask Delvin because right now, but first I would take some of the points from you, Pratyush.
Uh, yeah, I think it's good to, he's a good role player, I feel, Spencer
Right,
Dinwiddie.
right,
And yeah, I mean, Lakers have struggled sometimes to tie down role players
right.
because we just, we get hyper focused on, signing LeBron and AD to max extensions and then blowing up the entire roster every year because we didn't win the title. So I think this is a good one. I'll still never forget Caruso leaving, so this is a good.
Okay, now from someone from a neutral point of perspective, Delvin, what do you think of this signing, Spencer Dinwiddie
I
to the
mean,
Lakers?
it's a good acquisition if it does happen. But I was surprised. But I was surprised at the lack of activity that the Lakers showed during the deadline day. I think especially because of all the mixed signals that have been emanating from the Lakers camp in the fact that they were in need of a squad shakeup, whether they needed a coaching change or whatever it was. LeBron's cryptic messages on Twitter and all that doing the rounds. I thought there would be at least one statement acquisition that the Lakers would have done, and there were a lot of players that they were linked with also. Dinwiddie being one of them.
Dejounte, Dejounte Murray,
There was a potential return for Caruso as well,
yes,
which was in the works.
right,
They were involved with talking about Trey Young as well.
yes,
Then obviously
Donovan
we
Mitchell,
had a discussion about the Donovan Mitchell talks as well. So all these players were floated around, but then in the end they managed to pull out none of the expected names. So that's a big surprise, especially considering the fact that they do need a shake-up still, even if Dinwiddie does arrive. But it's
Yeah.
a start. It's a start potentially, but then I still have my doubts because again we've seen Darvin Ham doing shit that he hasn't supposed to do. So there is no point in bringing Dinwiddie if you don't play him straight away.
right,
I think
If you don't give him minutes straight away. Minutes, I'm not telling him a starting role essentially, but
exactly,
if he's not given the minutes that he's expected to play, then there is no sense whatsoever.
right, right.
I think the Lakers front office realized one thing, that they don't have the guts to fire Ham, or they don't know who to replace him with. So they're going
The
to give
second
Ham
question, the
I
second
think it's the
question,
second one. It's the second
exactly,
one.
exactly.
Yeah. So if they're not going to replace Ham, what's the point of making trades? Right? Might as well try in the summer once Ham is gone.
Pratyush, it's like salvaging the season. Might not be a straight playoff team. Might again go through a route via
Plane,
plane
yeah, the plane,
and all
yes.
that stuff.
Yes.
Because last year everybody had written off the Lakers. We were not even supposed to make the planes, but somehow we made it and we reached the NBA Western Conference Finals. And though we were swept away by the Nuggets, but
Right,
but
right.
but
No. The thing is, for the Lakers, if you don't win the season, it's a failure, right?
It's
And
a failure
maybe,
anyways.
exactly.
yeah. So what's the point of doing trades? You're not going to win. Ham is not going to win your title. I don't think
Coach
so.
Bud, I mean, I know you all have your health, but Coach Bud is right there. If you all do want to replace him with someone, Coach Bud is right there. I mean, of course, he's won a ring recently with the Bucks, and I don't think I think he was wrongly fired. I don't think he did much wrong. It was the players' problem that they
Yes.
lost to Miami in the previous season, in the playoffs. So Coach Bud is right there. If you all do want him, he's a
Right.
good coach. He can provide you with an identity,
Right.
uh, and he has a good system as well.
Hey,
So
now did I say the Lakers front office is competent? I didn't say that.
yeah, but still, but if you all do want to replace Darvin Ham, there is a potential. There's a good coach sitting right there who's not been picked up by anyone in the job market. So
I'll just add one more thing to it. The problem that the Lakers have had this season, too many injuries with the role players. See, Delvin, it is what the Cavs had for the first half of the season, and suddenly
we still had it.
Yeah. The problem with the Lakers is like Gabe Vincent is almost missing the whole season, right? It's almost
Yeah,
gone.
correct.
It's gone.
Correct.
Then we had injury problems with Jared Vanderbilt. He is one of the best defenders that the Lakers have, but he played what 12, 13 games, and he's again off. He's missing another month. We had Rui missing few games. We had Cam Reddish, who is gonna play, I guess, on Tuesday. He's expected to play on Tuesday. We are missing Torian in some games. We missed DLO for the past 3 games, and so we were not able to put the right combination in. And for that, I would not simply blame the injuries, but also Coach Ham, because the reason why Rui and Jared were given those extensions was because they wanted to build a team around them, and they were the starters, and that's how the Lakers finished the season last year. But what does Ham come up with? Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish as starters instead of Rui or Jared.
Is there a feeling among you all that Darvin doesn't trust the rotation that much?
No.
Is there a feeling? Is there a feeling, Pratyush? Do you feel the same way, or do you have a different thought process when it comes to when you see players who are not expected to get these many minutes are getting these many minutes, and the players who you actually expect to play for a longer duration have been surprisingly given much lesser minutes? So what is it? Is it lack of trust on your rotation? Is it incompetence on Darvin's part, which there is, but is it more incompetence, or is it lack of trust basically?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? I mean, we really don't know what's happening behind the scenes, right? On the training court, what's happening, we really don't know. To slip back into Manchester United fan mode, fans were clamoring for Donny van de Beek and Jadon Sancho, but they're all basically crap. And they never got played, even though they're on paper very good players. So maybe a similar thing is happening in the Lakers. But also Ham has shown, I mean, keeping that aside, I think Ham is probably not cut out for the top job yet. Maybe he needs, some experience at a lower team or an assistant or a top team for a little more time. He just doesn't feel ready for me. I mean, player issues aside, I don't think he's still ready for a job like the Lakers here.
Okay. Let's we have discussed.
Let's I think.
And a lot on Lakers. It's time to move on the main topic.
Before we get into the trades and before we talk about the trades, are you all surprised by the Warriors' lack of activity on deadline day? Because like the Warriors, like the Lakers, they've been another team who've been just drifting, just meandering across mediocrity. If there is a team which is more ass than the Lakers right now, big team which is more ass than the Lakers right now, is the Warriors. Don't get me wrong, I am enjoying every minute of this Warriors downfall as a Cavs fan. Don't get me wrong, this is poetry in motion for me when I see Clay bitching about saying that, yeah, I was a good player then, look at me now. I'm like, yes, bitch, you deserve it. So I don't surprised because they sent out a very legit offer for I think 2 or 3 picks and Moses Moody for Alex Caruso, not Wiggins.
Yeah.
Not
Wiggins.
It was Moses Moody. Yeah.
But they also sent. Made Andrew Wiggins available in the market, that he's tradable. You can trade for him. Like we had a discussion, DLO might switch with Andrew Wiggins. We did.
That was the thought process. But okay. I think the Caruso move made a lot of sense. I think Chicago rejected it But apart from that, I did not see Warriors get involved into anything. So
You know,
what is it? Do they trust?
Can I give a hot take
Yeah.
here? Can I give a
Oh
hot
yeah,
take?
Yeah,
yeah,
go, absolutely.
Go on.
I think the Warriors are just waiting for all their stars to run down their contracts. I think they're too scared to blow up the team because they want titles for fun, right? So it is possible that there's some sort of loyalty to their aging stars, like Clay and Curry
Green.
and all
Green.
Draymond.
So yeah, I think they're just they probably fear, I don't know, maybe they fear the fans' wrath, for blowing up the team. I mean, it's like the Bulls last season, right? The GM was hell bent on blowing up the team. Michael Jordan felt he still had it, but the GM was like, "No, you're done. Whatever happens this season, I am firing Phil Jackson. I'm firing you. I'm firing the entire lot of you." Right? So I think, sure, the Warriors maybe did not know that in 2017 or 18, but now with such a a fallow period. I mean, they did get a title recently. I think that was just Curry willing the team to it, but
Right.
yeah, I think they're just scared to blow up the team, and
I would
they're just
not
waiting to
call
run
it
the
a,
contract.
Pratish, I would not call it a scare. It's just that they might not get the desired players that they want. Everybody knows these guys are on big contracts, but of less value. The players provide less value. So
Yeah.
the teams which would want these guys would want them on a vet minimum or something 10 to 12 million a year contract, not the 20 or 30 million
Steph
that
would
they're
still command a
earning right.
substantial amount out of them.
There's
Steph is
only
the
one.
only one.
Exactly.
Yeah, Steph is the only one who
That's
command.
Steph. Would you
Yeah.
think Clay or Draymond are going to command those wages? No, I don't think so, right?
That is also not the problem. The biggest problem is you can blow out these people contract, but how are you going to get rid of that Chris Paul contract which is on your head? You
Right.
have another problem. You have another problem if once when this problem is solved, you
Right.
take the decision to blow out the dynasty. You ship out Klay Thompson, you ship out Draymond Green. God forbid they do ship out Steph also. How are you going to get rid of Chris Paul? That dude has a monster of a contract on himself. How are you going to get that rate? That's the problem.
Chris Paul is a gift that keeps on giving.
he must be thinking to himself, these guys kicked my ass for fun every year when I played against them. The moment I joined them, they're getting their asses kicked.
So
Dude,
Paul,
I totally forgot Chris Paul is at the Warriors. I just completely forgot that, man. Maybe good anonymous. I just forgot.
shit happens. Shit happens. I mean, all fairness to Chris Paul. I mean, how is he still able to get these kind of contracts? Is still out of my thinking capacity right now. And what did Warriors actually think signing him on that big and long contract?
Give his agent the highest civilian honor.
Yeah,
give his agent the highest civilian honor.
He's much better than Rich Paul, bro. He's much better than Rich Paul.
Him and John Wall's agent that gave him the Washington contract, dude. Those two contracts were absolute albatrosses. Washington didn't have a clue how to get rid of that dude's contract. It was a God-given miracle that the dude got injured for 2 straight years that they were able to dump him finally. Otherwise, John Wall wasn't going anywhere till he ran down that contract.
Doesn't he have another year left, Chris Paul?
Yeah, I think he has one more after this also. I think 1 year and then player option, I guess.
Player option.
Yeah.
Player option.
I just trying to look at his contract.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk the trades now. Let's talk the trades.
Yes. The first one is the Mavs adding PJ Washington from Hornets and giving away Grant Williams and Seth Curry. Okay. It's fine giving away Grant Williams, but why Seth Curry? Please, anyone of you can please explain.
I don't. Are they expecting the same output from PJ Washington than they were getting from Seth Curry, something like that? That's the only logical reason that I can come across, that the aim to get that trade done was that they are expecting that PJ Washington gives them a similar output that Seth Curry has been giving them throughout.
Also, that PJ
That's
Washington
the only.
PJ also young. He can improve. Seth Curry is at the end of his career, right?
Yeah.
And they get a 2024 second rounder, so.
Okay, I just wanted to open up the roster of Mavericks after this trade. So, they have Greg Brown, they have Luka, but obvious, Dante Exum, Daniel.
Who's Gafford? I don't know who's Gafford, bro.
है भाई कोई है लुल्लू पुल्लू है कहीं ना कहीं से आ जाते
Jaden, Jaden Hardy. No
Hardy.
idea who's this dude.
Kyrie Irving.
Maxi Kleber, yes. Maxi
A
Kleber.
shocker that Kyrie is again linked with Lakers for the off season for no reason.
Please, no, man.
Yeah, man, just get him away, dude. Like, please.
This is the guy which I'm really.
He's the rookie, right? He's the rookie, right? He's the rookie. Yeah.
I guess he's third or fourth on the rookie table also.
I think he's fifth now. I think he's fifth now.
He was third or fourth at the start of the
I
season.
mean, the top three is obviously Wemby, Chet, and Jaime Jaquez. Those are the three.
Right.
Yeah.
And
What the hell is Markieff Morris still doing in the NBA?
Money.
Two of the softest ass twin brothers have.
Still doing in the NBA?
Who?
What the hell is Chris Paul still doing in the NBA?
I mean, come on, you're comparing Markieff Morris with Chris Paul, buddy. Come on, Pratyush. That's just wrong, okay? Come on, put at least a little bit of respect on Chris Paul's name. This is not the comparison we expect.
Man, another. I mean, do you want to discuss the Hornet roster or not? Shall we move on to the Pacers game?
Why? Why are we talking about irrelevant teams here? That's the problem.
Delvin, just one thing. Delvin.
Yeah.
One thing. Markieff Morris won an NBA ring. How many rings has Chris Paul won?
But still.
See,
that was Markieff Morris with the Lakers, right? And not Marcus, right? That was Markieff, if I'm not wrong.
Right. Markieff.
Markieff won it, yeah, correct.
Okay,
I always get confused with those two guys, man. I swear.
Your question was valid for either Morris.
Oh, yeah, there he is, the other guy.
Yeah, the brother's like, are you missing me, bro? He's doing that. Okay, let's talk about this trade. 3 teams being involved.
Yeah.
76ers getting healed. They getting rid of Korkmaz, sending it to Pacers. Pacers getting McDermott and Spurs getting Marcus Morris. ठीक है भैया, जीते तो 76ers ही इसमें.
I think this is a short-term trade anyways.
Right.
You can see it. It's a pretty short-term trade in the sense that Buddy Hield is becoming an unrestricted free agent this summer. And I don't see any scenario except for the fact that Buddy Hield goes batshit crazy from 3. Apart from that, I don't see any other option where 76ers re-sign him or give him a good contract. So
what is Spurs getting out of this?
Nothing. They're just getting vibes. They're getting cash considerations.
Right. हमें थोड़ा पैसा मिल जाएगा बोले अगले सीजन.
I think that cash might be helpful when they are one of the teams who are interested in getting DeJounte again.
Right.
So that could work in their favor also if they do, because at this point they do want.
They're getting the Chutia Morris to win a title just like Chris Paul.
Okay. If somehow, just a question, if somehow DeJounte goes to Spurs, do you think the Wemby and DeJounte combination is going to work for them?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Because
dude, I'm terrified of a team with Wemby and competent players next to him.
That is what Spurs want. And if you look at DeJounte's time at the Hawks were expecting him to be defensively more stronger, which he was during his Spurs days. But here, what has happened is DeJounte has shown massive uptick from his offensive point of view, and his ball handling has also improved a lot. It's his defense that has regressed.
Right. I totally agree to it.
Yeah, so I think if the Spurs do get DeJounte and they add him next to Wemby, that's a very good tandem. That's a very, very good tandem. As long as they have competent role players alongside those two.
Yeah, they need to keep hold on to Vassell and all, or else it's a finished roster again. Just 2 stars and nobody not a good role player, they're gonna end up.
They
being,
have Jeremy Sohan, right?
right.
Yeah, they need to get rid of him. That dude's just shit.
Okay, the next one is also 3-team trade.
Eh,
I don't know what our Suns gonna get from David Roddy and Royce O'Neal. I mean, क्या कर लोगे भाई? किस लिए ऐड किया है?
Vibes, man.
yeah, this is just a proper vibes trade. Like Suns is like जो भी कचरा है आपके टीमों में दे दो, हमारे इसमें जो भी कचरा हम बेच देंगे, बस हो गया खत्म. That is what
See,
it is.
This trade is basically three front offices saying, we need to make a trade to appear to our fans that we're doing something. What do we do?
Do shit.
Let's take garbage around.
I mean, Metu and Watanabe, what are they gonna add to the Grizzlies roster, which is already shitting around? Sorry to use this word, but they are shitting around. What value are they getting? भाई उससे अच्छा तो तुम्हारा वो रॉडी ठीक था, कुछ मिनट्स तो दे देता था.
And to add all of this, Grizzlies have traded Xavier Tillman also.
Right, for no reason. वो भी Celtics को दे दिए.
This is a very weird. I don't understand why would OKC want Hayward here.
Bro, Hayward can be a center जो थोड़ा बहुत help कर सकता है. Though he's not a traditional center, but like I have mentioned it earlier, they need a player who can be good on the rim, can get those rebounds, and Hayward does that.
Do you really expect Hayward to still be the player that we all expected he would be when he signed for Boston?
See,
7 years ago?
See, that is the only sense I can make out of this trade. और कोई sense बनता
You
नहीं
already
Hayward का.
you already have such good players in your rotation. You have Chet, then you have another good big. Why are you going for someone like a Hayward? Doesn't make sense.
Experience.
Also,
Was-
two picks as well, right? Now
Was Davis Bertans in Thunder?
Yeah, नहीं. I guess.
Because this is a two-team trade. This is a two-team trade.
Burtons was in Thunder.
Weird. Bertans अच्छा shooter है, रखना चाहिए था.
Bro, they are already getting good shots from Shea and the other guys. So ठीक है ना. Burtons would have been that role player कि यार नहीं हो रहा है तो चलो खिलाकर देख लेते क्या चल रहा है. So average
trade, but yeah.
They also gave up 2 picks, right? So was it really
A lot of
worth it?
things. I don't know.
But both are second rounders though, so that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest trade, the
this
biggest
is the winner,
winner.
man. This is the winner of the window. The
Bhai
Knicks.
Saab, Knicks finally
Right.
dismantled everything and have created a new roster, which is actually good.
Yep.
There is only one guy that they need to get rid of. Everybody knows about that guy, Julius Randle. That's it. No offense to Julius Randle, but actually he's the man in between a Knicks and a championship right now. Though he's offering good numbers in every department, but everybody agrees he's the only man in between, standing between the Knicks and a championship ring.
Knicks have become contenders in the East with this trade. They have automatically been elevated to title contenders.
Okay.
Harry, open the Knicks roster now. Let's see.
Just second.
That's
ये
going to be
खोलो.
interesting.
See, DiVincenzo is also back, huh?
Yeah.
And
Then
he's
I've
cooking actually, huh? For the past 8 games, he's like averaging 22 points and something like that. So अलग ही level पे चला गया DiVincenzo. You have Toppin, you have Alec Burks, you have Bogdanovic, McBurdy, Josh Hart, Dune Washington, Precious Achua, Anunoby, Jalen Brunson. This guy is injured.
He's out.
Julius Randle. Though he's an ex-Laker, still.
Although they'll miss Quentin Grimes, but yeah.
Man, this is another guy who has actually stepped up in the absence of Julius
I mean,
Randle.
Hartenstein, right?
Yeah, Julius Randle.
He was good last season also.
Yeah.
And one thing that strikes out in all of this is that only one player is above 30. Two players are above 30, and
Right.
that is two the latest additions.
Right.
Rest all of them are under 30.
Right.
So,
I think
One
this
of the
trade is very much a win now trade, right? They
yes.
really
yeah,
want to make a push.
Yes. Yes. If I'm interested in seeing the Pacers roster. No, not the Pacers roster. Pistons का roster देखना है मेरे को एक बार. A shit team who actually defeated a big gun a few days back.
they're on a
एक
2-win streak.
very big streak.
Detroit for the title.
Oh yeah. अबे खुलना कहाँ गया? Why am I not able to watch it?
1989 calling.
प्रोफाइल खुल जा सिम कौन से पेज पे अपन इस पे हाँ आ गया या मतलब जस्ट टेल मी ये चाहते क्या है करना जस्ट टेल मी व्हाट डज पिस्टन्स वांट
They're collecting all the young players, man. Like
so
collecting.
they want to be the Spurs of NBA जो Spurs कर रहा था for the past few
Yes.
seasons they were trying to do that and
What's
I
my
guess
blood?
that
What's my blood? Evan Fournier doing there?
बस आ गया है भाई वो आ गया है
भाई वो
आ
टीम
गया
कैप्टन है सबसे बुड्ढा है टीम कैप्टन है
just look at this. They have had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players on the trade deadline day, man. Insane.
लोगों ने genuinely इनको कचरा डब्बा समझ के रखा है मतलब कुछ भी किसको कौन सा भी player they're just dumping players to Detroit at this point कि like it's the NBA's equivalent of a life of a umar kaid की सजा. It's like you've been sentenced to Detroit Pistons. Then oh my god, no.
Dude,
Okay,
Detroit Pistons is just in the city of Detroit basically right now. Hey, there's that boy Mike Muscala. What the hell is he still doing in the NBA?
मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ भाई ये भी है यहाँ पे अभी तक टिका हुआ है. Okay, serious question to you guys. इनमें से 5 प्लेयर बता दो यार जो अच्छा खेल सकते हैं. बता दो.
Osar
ठीक है?
Thompson,
Okay.
Jaden Ivey,
Yes.
Cade Cunningham,
Cade.
obviously.
Horror
Yes.
season but ठीक है. Horror season but ठीक है.
Quentin Grimes.
Good role player.
Yeah. That's 4, right? Fuck. I'll give him Fournier. Yeah.
What about Stewart?
I have no idea that one. I don't have that much of an idea to be really honest.
Okay.
What
okay.
about
okay.
Mike Muscala? We traded Zubac for him back in the day, right? Mike Muscala is
Right.
good. Any day now.
Yeah. Ex-Laker, ex-Laker tag with him. Okay, Pratyush, your time. 5 players you would think, Pistons, they might be good in the upcoming seasons.
I mean, I mostly agree with Delvin. Maybe Isaiah Stewart, if we can make a push.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest
and-
pretty much what I think Cade. I mean, hopefully, kind of
Cade
Congrats.
actually regressed a little bit this season, but I'm hoping
Yeah,
he does
but
have a stronger season next year.
This is still like his third season, right? I mean, he's still pretty
Right.
young.
Do we rely on Wiseman
For what, bro? For what?
to be good?
Okay, the next one. Schroeder. Again, going after big money, doing nothing and getting traded again. या क्या ये आप chronology समझा पाएंगे प्रत्युष?
No, I'm just saying जब से श्रोडर ने वो बड़ा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिजेक्ट किया तब से उसका डाउनफॉल ही चल रहा है.
Yeah, he had a chance. He had a really good chance. ठीक है भाई, कर ले क्या बोलेंगे. प्रत्युष, your thoughts on this?
Dennis, man, I don't know. Like, see, back in the day, he was crap. We let him go. And then last season, he was actually pretty good in the playoffs, right? What's it?
And don't forget, the first time when he had a very I guess he just won the 6th Man of the Year a year before. So we signed him.
Right.
So we signed him. He played shit. We traded him away. Then he came back after a 2-year hiatus. He again played shit. He went away. He played good. He wanted a big contract and see what's happening with him.
I mean, wasn't he kind of good last year when he was there, Dennis Schroeder?
He was, and again he was kind of going after big money. And look at his downfall. You know, he was a starter. Then he became the sixth man of the team again, and now he's being traded.
Right.
And
Bro fumbled the bag, by the way. Bro fumbled the bag as a starter. He got a big ass contract. He rejected that contract thinking he would get something even bigger, and then eventually signed for a fucking Vets minimum.
How do you reject an 80/4 contract, man? Like,
भाई मैं
Bro
expect कर रहा था.
Bro thought he was getting 3 figures. Bro thought he would get 3 figures.
120 for 4 years. He might be thinking that kind of stuff. 120, 150 for 4 years. Okay. The only...
like, look at Dennis Schroeder's last few years, right? He was at Hawks for 5 years. Then he goes to OKC. Then he comes to Lakers. Then he goes to Boston. Then he goes to Houston. He comes back to Lakers. Then he goes to Toronto. And now he's at Brooklyn. Like, dude, what?
Bro's just collecting cities like he's collecting Infinity Stones at this point.
I guess he's giving competition.
Pokemon. I wanted fighting.
Did Pascal Siakam also had a same kind of thing?
No, Pascal was just Toronto only.
There was one more guy. I keep on forgetting there is one more guy.
Ish Smith. Ish Smith was the guy who keeps on changing teams.
Kya?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Got it. I guess, Delvin, now in this Nets acquiring Schroeder from Raptors, the only winner of this trade is actually Lakers,
Spence. Right? It's actually Dinwiddie.
so that's pity on Raptors and Nets for doing this shit business for themselves, to be honest. Oh, Pat Bev, bro. Pat Bev.
The funnier thing about this is he announced the trade himself. He's like, मैं इधर जा रहा है. Shams watch गए चेन लेना मैं बताता है. मैं मेरा ट्रेड खुद ब्रेक करेगा. Shams watch की जरूरत ही नहीं है.
What are the Bucks trying to do? What is this trade?
I mean, this is actually a good pick. This is actually a good trade in the sense that this is like a proper Doc Rivers trade where he wants that veteran presence. I think they need it also because their defense has been down bad. They haven't been good defensively, and you need someone, to pick up the slack that Dame doesn't. But Dame isn't good defensively. Dude's just a training cone when it comes to defense. So you need someone, and Pat Bev does that for you.
Just a fun fact for everyone. Just look at Pat Beverly's career. You know, he came into NBA in 2013. He played for 4 years at Houston Rockets. He went to Rio. He came back.
No, that's the G League.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
The Rio. That's G League.
Don't count that.
Sorry. Okay, he went to Clippers, he went to Minnesota, he came to Lakers, he went to Bulls, Philadelphia, and now he's to Milwaukee. So, is he giving competition to Dennis Schroeder, man?
Yeah.
Bro is like an average Mumbai middle class man. 11 महीने का rent agreement लेता है एक साल का. 11 महीने का rent agreement लेके हर टीम खेलता है. भाड़े पे.
A good lifeline to Cameron Payne in this might get some.
Could say so. Yeah, might be. I think in all of the 76ers have played safe.
Yes.
Like they know that if Embiid is out for long, then they've just safeguarded their future after this season, because they'll get a confirmation as to how long Embiid is going to be out sooner rather than later. And if there is news that Embiid's not going to be there for the entirety of the regular season, then obviously they'll start planning for next season. So then it makes sense for them to make these additions so that they can move them forward for a better player or something like that.
Delvin, do you think if Embiid comes back, right?
They're going to the plane. Max to max, they're going to the plane. I don't see them getting out. I don't see them getting out of the playoff picture altogether. I see them dropping to the plane at max.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying that assuming Embiid comes back before the season ends, right? At that point, they would be serious contender, right, with the additions that they've made.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, but I think all these trades have the summer in mind, where they can. These are those contracts which can be easily gotten rid of as well.
Yes.
But
If you look from another side, because we are talking of Buddy Hield becomes an unrestricted free agent in the summer, so
Right.
they won't have a lot of problem in getting rid of him. Then you have campaign also, who they can easily get rid of, waive, buyout, whatever.
Actually, the way 76ers have thought about is we don't want any player who has a player option. We want a team
Yeah,
option. Those who want to agree to our terms are welcome next season, or else you can just go off
it's
because
basically
we
team control for the summer.
right,
That's what the
right,
aim is. I think
right,
somehow they know they do know somewhere down the line that Embiid's not coming. It's a bit too, it's a big stretch to even think about him realistically making it to the regular season, because a torn meniscus, they've said that it's a torn meniscus.
right,
So if they're repairing the meniscus, then obviously it's going to take a lot of time to
right,
heal. Although if they were to remove that meniscus entirely, then it's a different proposition because it takes quicker to heal. But if they're repairing the meniscus, then obviously that takes anywhere between 4 to 6 months. And the fact that they are talking to league sources everywhere saying that he's going to come out in 3 weeks is just bullshit at this point.
right, right,
So you might as well assume that Embiid's not coming anytime soon. So which means
right.
that they're obviously planning for next season. So
Okay,
yeah, I think that's one contender down if we look at it
right,
that way in
right,
the East.
right.
yeah, but
So which means
it'll be interesting to see what the Sixers do in the summer,
yeah,
because
Yeah,
yeah,
Embiid is
yeah,
probably
it's a
that
question. It's a
that is still
question for after,
Embiid-
you know,
Embiid.
Pratyush, it's a question for after the, postseason, to be honest. Right now, first they have to, play however they have, I mean, possible by their standards. They have to play, they have to compete, somehow make it to the second round of the playoffs. But, we are again deviating
somehow
from the.
make it past the second round. They always make it to the second round. They don't go past it.
Okay,
76ers are just second round and full stop. They don't go past it. They have to make the Eastern Conference Finals. That's the biggest blot on Embiid's legacy. You
right.
win the MVP, फर्क नहीं पड़ता. तू second round के आगे जा तो मानेंगे हम देखो वैसा.
Embiid has a legacy of what exactly?
Let
What,
what?
what, what?
Embiid has a legacy of what exactly?
Crying and bitching for the MVP he won.
And for the first time, he was having a legitimate MVP season, and he's again
This
out.
season he's out. But although this was a genuine, I think I think this has something to do with Draymond Green falling on his leg or something like that, because that was where the problem flared up again, where that dude literally went for his leg, and no one batted an eye about it.
Yeah, because Steve Kerr had already put that sympathetic thing in everybody's head. Now Draymond requires therapy. He
Dude, I just
requires
hate the guy. I just hope someone punches him on the face just for the sake of it. You get a flagrant and you get ejected, that's fine by me. Just punch him on his face, right on the center. Just ऐसा बीच में डाल दे हाथ.
Nothing would be better than LeBron doing it to Green, like Kobe did to Pau Gasol in the Olympics.
Yeah, but that was just for a game sense of thing. इधर मेरे को ऐसा लफड़ा चाहिए, मतलब ऐसा ग्रीन के मुंह से ऐसा लहू आना चाहिए, ऐसा full.
A red card. You want a red card. Anyway,
Ah,
discussing the next trade.
You want a blue card.
Mavs acquiring Gafford
leave it.
and
Sure,
giving
let's
a
move
Ryken
forward.
ball.
Let's move
Yeah,
forward.
Why
This is the
Kings-
fun. This was the funniest. This was the funniest thing. They've traded this dude. This dude is reading a book at the sideline while the team that has traded him is playing.
he was
Oh,
like,
it's so hilarious. It's so hilarious that dude has come in street clothes. Milwaukee's playing, and this dude is reading a book at the sideline. Fuck.
but what are Kings gonna gain from this trade? Who are they gonna
Noth-
protecting, or whom do they want as a backup? I mean, him as a backup for? That's the big question.
Who's their center? Doma. Yeah.
Yeah, Doma.
And it makes sense if they want to protect Sabonis. I mean, they obviously try to improve their record before load managing Domas. So, and
Okay.
if by the end of March or mid March, if Kings have their playoff spot sealed, I think it's not a bad idea to just give Domas a little bit of rest and then just play in Robin Lopez for him so that Domas comes in full fresh and charged for the playoffs.
Right. The next one is quite interesting one. Olenek was having a start-stop kind of a season. A few games he was on a very
Going
high
back to his
roller coaster
hometown.
ride. Yes.
Canadian. What is it with Canadians going back to Canada? We've seen Toronto get RJ Barrett, who's Canadian. Then now Kelly Olynyk, who's also they're just getting back. They're getting back all their boys.
Yeah, Pratyush, what do you want to say on this trade?
They just want to go home, man.
But what a Jazz getting from Otto Porter Jr. and Kira Lewis Jr. भाई उससे अच्छा तो Olenek था, to be honest.
They're getting a first rounder, man. They're getting a first rounder.
अच्छा, इसके लिए किया इतना सब कुछ कांड. चलो ठीक है भाई.
Otto Porter Jr.
Otto Porter. कुछ और भलता निकलता था. Let's not talk about it.
हाँ, Otto Porter.
भाई अट्टापट्टू मारो ना अट्टापट्टू और ऐसा.
Otto Porter Jr.
Okay, 76ers trade House to Pistons.
I remember this guy only for one reason. That Skip Bayless thought had Houston Rockets had Daniel House, they would beat the Lakers in that bubble playoffs. That's the only thing I remember Daniel House for. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing else.
Right.
And again, आपको Detroit Pistons हुआ है. आपको Detroit Pistons की सजा सुनाते हैं. So just again another one with the Detroit Penitentiary.
भाई ले जाओ, इसको भी ले जाओ तुम, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Okay. Corey Joseph from Warriors to Pacers.
This guy also has been in the league for so long, man.
Yes.
The Warriors are supposed to blow up their team, and this is what they do.
Yeah, they're technically they're blowing up all right, but they're blowing up their chances to the playoffs. They're not blowing up the team. It is blowing up their chances to the playoffs. That's it.
I don't even know who this is.
Who's this guy?
मेरे ख्याल से रूकी है ये.
Yeah, it sounds like a name of pasta. Oh, Kevin Knox. This New York guy.
Yes. भाई क्यों ये फालतू ट्रेड्स क्यों होती है?
Timon Fontechi.
Hey, Wolves sad guard Montemorris from Pistons. अबे Pistons से Wolves? भाई साहब तरक्की. Pistons से Wolves?
My guy must have become a believer if he's not a believer in God because he's managed to get out of the Pistons.
What am I seeing? A team placed dead last in the all of NBA, not even the Eastern Conference. All of the NBA, a player is going from that team to almost the first or second ranked team in the NBA. What shithousery is this happening? How is Adam Silver allowing this? Please answer.
There is some sort of pity for Adam Silver.
What do the Pistons get? 20-30 second round pick. Wow.
They got Shake Milton.
Yes. Shaky Lehera. He will do that kind of thing.
Isn't that guy the ex-Laker, Troy Brown Jr.?
Yes. I think it's the same guy.
Every time an ex-Laker's name pops up on the screen, every Laker fan is like, oh, isn't that the ex-Laker? हाँ भाई हमने ही दुनिया को NBA सिखाया है. Come on यार प्रत्युष, come on यार. अब ये देखो भाई Celtics are landing Tillman from Grizzlies. मतलब Grizzlies को चाहिए था Montemorris, ठीक है? उन्होंने उसके लिए Tillman को भेज दिया Celtics. मतलब क्या ही वर्ड नहीं यूज करना चाहिए. चूतियापा चल रहा है ये. क्या ही चल रहा है. And they've also given away Steven Adams.
Yeah. That was surprising. I mean, it makes sense also because of the injuries. I mean, they've traded one injury guy for another injured guy, so make of that what you will.
But did they get a good guy? Oladipo?
Oladipo, I mean, different position, but yeah, whatever it is. And I think we've already spoken about the previous trades, so there's no point talking
Yes.
about those ones.
Yes. So in just 2 words, not 2 words, I mean in just 2 minutes, each one of you, which is the team that has benefited from the trade deadline and which is the player that has benefited from trade deadline. Also the team which has not at all benefited from trade deadline, and same a player which has degraded from, like he was in a good team but somehow made it to the other shit team. 2 minutes, come on. Pratyush, start. Before we wind it off.
Knicks, man. The Knicks.
Okay.
Knicks have
And a
this,
shit team. Had to be Pistons, right? Sabka kachra le lete hain saath mein. Garbage. Bin. And a
think-
player.
Yeah, just pick any of the players that left the Pistons, man. The guy went from Pistons to Wolves.
Wow. Not even Spencer Dinwiddie. My Laker fan is not happy that they are getting Spencer Dinwiddie.
It's not done yet, no. It's not done yet, no.
I know that.
That is what the summer.
But it's highly expect it to happen. Okay, Delvin, your turn.
Knicks obvious winners. I think the losers are Warriors and Lakers. I say Lakers because until now the Dinwiddie trade is not done, and you all needed to have some sort of roster strengthening or a coaching change, none of which happened.
Right.
So obviously,
Even with the
until
Dinwiddie trade, I think Lakers are still the losers, man. I mean, we still need a lot of stuff.
yeah, but that's at least a promising start, though. Like,
Yeah.
if, as long as you're not getting minutes out of Torian Prince, it's an improvement anyway. So then
Bro.
make of that what you will. Come on, Dinwiddie's any day better than Torian Prince. Come
I
on,
know
he's
that.
10-10. Yeah, come on,
I
don't do
know
bro
that.
like that. Like I said, कि चूतिया का नाम दिया है Torian Prince के बदले.
Bro, he is favorite of Darwin Ham, the Mr. Hands in the Pocket.
Hamas.
वो कुछ भी करेगा,
Darwin Hamas.
कुछ भी करेगा, Torian Prince खेलेगा. समझो.
I think the one player who's messed up, I think that's Buddy Hield, because I think he has less time to convince teams that want him to give him a contract that he wants.
Right.
And I don't think that he'll get those opportunities in the Sixers. Will he be able to get that much of the ball?
Okay.
Will he be able to get that much of the shots? I mean, there's still a realistic chance that he does get it, but then I don't know whether they will give him the ball with Tobias there, with Tyrese Maxey there. They already have two players there, and do you think? I'm not sure. So yeah, I think Buddy Hield is the one, and then the one who moved to a better team. Obviously, that's Bojan and Alex Burks. Come on, not Monte Morris, bro. Come on, the two guys who moved from Pistons to the Knicks to unko bhul gaya hai.
Okay.
So those two, obviously, not only they are out of an underperforming team, they make an already existing contender better. So all eyes will be on the Knicks for the first time, but for all the good reasons.
Right.
So that obviously makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's
So
my observation.
I guess that's it from this side. The winners, losers, and the trade deadline madness that we have discussed. Just before going off, guys, I'm doing the thing which I always do, putting up the banner, and I request you to just subscribe, like, share, do whatever stuff you want to do. बस bell icon दबा देना, थोड़ा सा प्यार दे देना.
Report मत करना. When Harry says do whatever you want to do, that doesn't mean you report the page, guys. He meant to say like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon.
Right. Thank you for saving. Thank you for covering my ass, bro. Okay. Bye, guys. See you next time.